Crunch Time
with Ryan Kordziel.
It's Crunch Time.
What a game! Unbelievable!
This is Kordziel Krunch
with Ryan Kordziel.
Hello and welcome to Kordziel Krunch. The 1986 World Series has been called one of the greatest ever played. It was a riveting 7-game set that saw the Boston Red Sox face off against the New York Mets. The Red Sox were looking to break the curse of the Bambino that saw them at that point having gone over 6 decades without a World Series championship. The Mets, featuring some of their franchise's best players such as Darryl Strawberry, Dwight Gooden, and Keith Hernandez, were looking for their first championship since 1969. The Red Sox had a 3-2 lead heading into Game 6 at Shea Stadium, needing just one victory to win the series. The game started off well for Boston, who jumped on starter Bobby Ojeda early when Wade Boggs singled, Jim Rice walked, and then Dwight Evans doubled to score Boggs and take a 1-0 lead. Red Sox starter Roger Clemens worked a 1-2-3 inning in the first, and the Sox continued to hit Ojeda well in the second. Spike Owen singled and moved to third on a single by Boggs, before Marty Barrett singled to score Owen and increase the lead to 2-0. The Mets failed to score in the second, but Ojeda worked a 1-2-3 third, and both pitchers settled down for the next few innings. In the fifth, the Mets finally broke through when Darryl Strawberry walked to lead off, and then promptly stole second. Ray Knight singled to score Strawberry, and the Mets cut the lead to 2-1. Mookie Wilson followed with a single, which was misplayed by Dwight Evans in right field, allowing him to move to second. Danny Heap grounded into a double play, but Wilson scored on the play to tie the game. After a scoreless sixth, the Mets pulled Ojeda in favor of Roger McDowell. McDowell walked the leadoff batter Marty Barrett, who then moved to second on a groundout. Jim Rice reached on an error by Ray Knight, and then Dwight Evans grounded out to score Barrett and give the Red Sox a 3-2 lead. Rich Gedman followed with a single to left, but Mookie Wilson threw the ball in quickly enough that Gary Carter tagged Rice at home plate, and the Mets escaped further trouble. The Mets went down 1-2-3 in the seventh, and the Red Sox wasted a leadoff single in the eighth and failed to score. Leading off the bottom of the eighth, pinch hitter Lee Mazzilli singled, and Lenny Dykstra followed with a sacrifice bunt that saw him reach first base anyway. Wally Backman followed with a sacrifice bunt to move the runners up, and then Keith Hernandez was intentionally walked to bring up Gary Carter, who flew out to left field, allowing Mazzilli to score and tie the game. Both teams failed to score in the ninth, and the game went into extra innings. The Red Sox scored immediately when Dave Henderson hit a home run to lead off the inning and give the Red Sox a 4-3 lead. Rick Aguilera struck out the next two batters, but ran into even more trouble when Wade Boggs doubled and Barrett singled to bring him home and advanced to second on the throw to make it 5-3 Boston. Bill Buckner was hit by a pitch, but the Mets escaped the inning when Jim Rice flew out. In the bottom of the 10th, with their backs against the wall, and the Boston Red Sox just 3 outs away from a world championship, Wally Backman and Keith Hernandez flew out for the first 2 outs. When all hope seemed lost, Gary Carter singled, and pinch hitter Kevin Mitchell followed with a single of his own. Ray Knight singled to score Carter and move Mitchell to third base, cutting the lead to 5-4. Bob Stanley came in to pitch in an effort to get the final out for Boston. But with Mookie Wilson at the plate, Stanley threw a wild pitch that allowed Mitchell to score and cut the lead to 5-4.
Couldn't do it, and it's up to Bob Stanley, and it's up to Mookie Wilson, and the crowd is alive again, and Rick Aguilera praying that he'll get off the hook. Mookie Wilson struck out, single to right, grounded out, and then sacrificed, and that was the bunt that Gedman fielded and threw high to Spike Owen at second base. Tension mounts some more with 2 out in the 10th. 5-4 Red Sox. Ray Knight at first, Kevin Mitchell at third. 2-2 to Mookie Wilson. And it's going to go to the backstop. Here comes Mitchell to score the tying run, and Ray Knight is at second base.
When the at-bat resumed, it was clear that luck had run out for the Red Sox.
Can you believe this ball game at Shea?
Oh, brother.
So the winning run is at second base with 2 out, 3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first, behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it. If one picture is worth 1,000 words, you have seen about 1,000,000 words. But more than that, you have seen an absolutely bizarre finish to Game 6 of the 1986 World Series. The Mets are not only alive, they are well, and they will play the Red Sox in Game 7 tomorrow.
Bill Buckner's error has been cited as one of the most heartbreaking moments in Boston sports history, and was another chapter in the book that was the curse of the Bambino. The Mets would go on to win the series the following night, denying the Red Sox a chance for their long-awaited World Series victory parade. That'll wrap up this episode of Kordziel Krunch. Join me next week when I take a look at another iconic moment in sports history. For Kordziel Krunch, I'm Ryan Kordziel. Thanks for listening.
Kordziel Krunch.
With Ryan Kordziel.
Ryan Kordziel. Crunch time.